Hey guys, it's about beer 30. Let's take a walk into the kitchen and see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Thanks a bunch for stopping by, I do appreciate it. Today's beer comes from Hardywood Park Craft Brewery. These guys are in Virginia. This is their bourbon barrel version of their raspberry stout with vanilla beans. We've done the regular version and now this is the barrel aged version of it. This one is I know what's on here. Somewhere. It's written so light. It's 11.5%, and that's what Beer Advocate has on it too. A dessert beer to the core. Our GBF gold medal winning raspberry stout is truly a feat in decadence. Loads of chocolate malt, cocoa nib, and local late season red raspberries from Agriberry Farms all contribute to what we would best be described as raspberry truffle in a liquid form. After months of patient maturation in freshly emptied bourbon barrels, a raspberry stout is finished on Madagascar vanilla beans, revealing a confluence of smooth, rich, dark chocolate, ripe red raspberries, and real vanilla. And they normally can their stuff, and this is in a bottle, so that tells you something special. I enjoyed their beers, guys, especially their stout series. And they do a bunch of different versions of it. And we've done most of them, the Christmas morning and the pancake and the porter and the stout. So this is the barrel aged bourbon barrel aged version of it. Over to Untappd. Their commercial description is exactly what I read off of the back of the bottle here. They're saying it's 50 IBUs, 11.5%. And I know it's a fresh edition, and I don't know if there's a date or a vintage on it, guys. I don't see anything on the label here. There may be something stamped dark on the bottle telling us that, and I'll look when I come back, but it's got so much condensation on it out of the fridge I can't see anything on it, so that's a drawback. I would just assume them put this in a can and stamp the information on the bottom of it. So I'll take a quick look at it when we come back for the final chug once the condensation on the bottle is gone, see if I can see anything. But anyway, we've got the commercial description, we've got the ABV, we've got the IBUs, so let's get it open and see what we got. Into the glass we go. Pitch black coming out, guys. I'm going to go right straight down the center. I'm sure all this will fit in there. It doesn't look like it's going to pour a monster head. Let's swirl it around to make sure we get everything out of the bottle. Nice cascading effect on that head. Very nice khaki colored head. About a finger and a half head on that pour. A really good looking beer, no light coming through whatsoever, a really good looking stout. To the nose we go. Very nice, a little bit of the bourbon notes there, rich roasted malt, maybe a hint of some chocolate. Raspberries are there. Not so much vanilla on the nose, but it's cold right out of the fridge. Probably going to get that on the taste or after it warms up, so let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Big time raspberries. I mean, just like the regular versions, raspberries are very prominent. Very mild, very subtle bourbon notes. Little bit of vanilla, not much. That may get more prominent after it warms up, or as it warms up. And a little bit of chocolate, the same for the chocolate, very subtle. The raspberries are taking up most of the taste on this beer. Alcohol is well hidden for 11.5%. Very well made beer, guys. So let's let it warm up and see if we can get any more of that vanilla and chocolate notes out of it and see what we end up with. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Been sipping on it over an hour. It's up to room temperature. Tasty beer. The bourbon's kind of weak. Hints of vanilla. Blueberries. The raspberries are basically taking up everything just like it did in the regular version. Hints of vanilla. Decent beer. I mean, it's a tasty beer, but it's probably not worth what you're going to have to pay for it. I don't think it is. That's just my opinion though, guys. But their series of these beers, their stouts, are very tasty. They are. They're a little on the pricey side, but yeah, not too expensive, but still more than what you're going to pay for a regular version. Anytime you see a bourbon barrel aged version of a beer, it's a little more expensive because it takes up time sitting in the barrels in the brewery, and that costs more. So it's a tasty beer. I'm going to come back and look. I can see the date on the bottle is December 19th of 2020. So it's got the date on. They are dating their stuff. It's kind of hard to read when it's got that chill on it and everything, but if it's not cold on the shelf, you might be able to see that with the beer in it. It'd be kind of hard with a black beer and a dark brown bottle with black writing on it. So I wish they would use a different color ink. It stood out a little bit more, but it is what it is. So tasty beer. The bourbon notes are very subtle, guys. So if you're looking for something that's got big bourbon notes, this is not it. So final chug. They're there though, but they are there. So they probably don't want the bourbon overpowering everything else. So I mean, if you want more bourbon notes, put more bourbon in it. So final chug. And now that it's warmed up, I am getting a little bit more of the alcohol. I can detect it now that it's warmed up. So tasty beer. I don't think it's an outstanding beer, but it is a well-made beer. And I enjoyed it. So it's an A beer for me, guys, and that's where I'm going to put it. 95, right down the middle of the A category. Beer Advocate has it at 92. And Untapped has it at 4.08, all in the A category. So, and I give these beers, any beer, a little bit of the edge if it gives us the ABV and the dating on the beer, and this one does. A lot of the stouts and stuff like that doesn't have a vintage or a date or anything like that on it, and these guys are doing that. So that gets the benefit of the doubt for me. If it didn't have that, it wouldn't get the grade that I'm giving it. So it's a 95 for me. It's a solid A beer, and that's where I'm going to put it. So if you've had the bourbon barrel aged version of the raspberry stout with vanilla beans from Hardywood Craft Brewery, let me know what you think. Hardywood Park Craft Brewery, let me know what you think. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.